Hello. I'm going to teach you the Silam Tao form. I'm going to go through the form here several different times, and I'm going to try to give you an idea of why you do what you do. So what's the reason behind the movements? Because Silam Tao imagination or idea is to approach the form from an internal side. So there's a lot more to do here and a lot more to gain here than just learning the sequence and applying the sequence to a fight technique. A lot of times the fight technique shown for each movement may or may not be the only way. And so sometimes you get discrepancies between this lineage and that lineage of what the movements mean, because one instructor says do this when he does that, and another instructor says it means this instead of that, and then they argue when in fact it's probably both correct. So let's go through it, and then I'll try to give you an idea of what the movements mean. Okay, so we just start off with Lap Jing, that's the tension position. Okay, and then we go to Yubei, which is make the body ready. Relaxing, come back. Okay, Huibo means open the feet. Okay, and then sink into your Yiji Kiya Ma, or your character 2 adduction stance. Okay, I flow forward and downward to my Gansao position. I flow upward to the Zhongsao position, rotating the hand into Subsao when the elbow reaches the point of 0. Return from Subsao on the center line, coming back. Place the fist, knuckle pointed down, on the Dantian. This is the internal execution. Yachi-kun, center line punch, should form a straight line. Elbow in, shoulder rotated down. Biu, Ta, Hun, Lap, Sao Kun. Ready position, Yachi-kun. Biu, Ta, Hun, Lap, Sao Kun. Tan Sao comes out. Hun Sao, Jut Sao to Wu Sao. Fu Sao, Hun Sao, Jut Sao, Wu Sao. Fu Sao, Hun Sao, Jut Sao, Wu Sao. Fu Sao, Hun Sao, Jut Sao, Wu Sao. Pa Sao, Jing Zhen. Ta Sao, Hun Sao, Lap Sao, Sao Kun. Tan, Hin, Jut, Wu. Fuk, Hun, Jut, Wu. Fuk, Hun, Jut, Wu. Fuk, Hun, Jut, Wu. Pa Sao, Jing Zhen. Ta Sao, Hun Sao, Lap Sao, Sao Kun. This is called Chan Zhen, Chang Zhen, Hao Chan Zhen. Gum Sao, Wan Lan Sao, Sat Sao, Sat Gang Sao, Jop Sao, Ta Sao, Jut Sao, Biuji, Mu Sao, Tai Sao, Sao Kun. Pak Sao or Jut Sao, Wang Zhen. Pak Sao or Jut Sao, Wang Zhen. Tan Sao, Gan Sao, Lao Sao, Chuyim Zhen. Ta Sao, Hun Sao, Lap Sao, Sao Kun. Tan Sao, Gan Sao, Lao Sao, Chuyim Zhen. Ta Sao, Hun Sao, Lap Sao, Sao Kun. Bong Sao, Tan Sao, Yup, Hun, Lap. Bong Sao, Tan Sao, Yup, Hun, Lap. Gan and La Sao and Benoit Kun. Biu, Ta, Hun, Lap, Sao Kun. And relax. And I'm going to demonstrate this for you a couple of times. So we break it into 3 sections, okay? So each section has a different kind of characteristic to it. Section 1 is really internalizing the motion. It's really internalizing breathing and developing energy, qi. So in section 1, we have several different approaches. So number 1, Lap Jing, this straightens the body out. Get as high as you can. Bring your head up straight, tongue on the roof of your mouth, okay? And bring your body erect. So your body is at full extension. And then kind of drop into, I call it the paratrooper stance. So when you're a paratrooper, they teach you to land with your knees bent and fall. So we're kind of almost there. And the reason is the body can absorb shock here. Okay? Kind of funny, they knew this in many, many years ago. Okay? So shock absorber. Okay? So now I'm here. Now I open my feet up, so I get my toes shoulder width apart. Then I close it, so my heels are slightly outside of my toe, creating that character 2 stance. Character 2 is a short line and a long line. So the short line in front and the long line in back is character 2. So when you draw a character 2 on the ground and you put your feet there, they call it character 2 adduction stance. So your weight should be on your adductor muscle. If it's on your outer thigh, your feet are not turned in enough. Okay? If it hurts your knee, your feet are turned in too much. Okay? It shouldn't hurt. It should burn a little bit after a while in your adductor muscle until you get used to it. Then you shouldn't notice it. Okay, so I come back here. I'm ready position. Now my chest is out, my shoulders are back, and my back is curved where my scapula. Okay? When I come forward to Gansao, this is why we go down first instead of up. I really stretch my back out here, see? And now I can really feel my stance really forming and rooting here. And so as I bring my arms up, this forms what they call stands with tree, or some people call it bare shoulders, okay? And then this comes up. Okay, so as I come up, see, I form what we call Supsao. This character 10, now I have my upper and lower body kind of aligned. So now I really, really have good, strong position here. Good triangle, okay? Then I come back, and this should go forward, lift, forward, not down and back. It's all moving forward. Even in my mind, I'm thrusting forward with my hand, even though I really don't move. Come back, and lift, and come back, okay? So it kind of goes like that. So it's always kind of moving upward and forward. However, it looks very blocky, see, and this is not correct. This is more correct. Okay, then come back, place your Yachi Kun. Okay, knuckle down, twist it like you're holding a knife, the blade will be out. Now as I punch out, Yachi Kun, Yat is a character 1. That's a straight line, so you want your arm as close to your center line as possible. Shoulder rotated down, and your center line, this forms the center line, Yat. Then the elbow is slightly bent here as I extend to Bill. This stretches everything out. Then I lift up. Imagine I'm holding a bowling ball, but out there, it's heavy lifting. And palm that bowling ball and don't let it fall. Then bring it up. Now lop it, crush that ball. Twisting in, bring the fist in the elbow end. Ginger fist, come back. Ready position, Yachi Kun. Bill, Ta, Hin, Lop, crush the ball, and come back in. Okay, that's the first section. Usually I just like to test that first. Then your next movement, come Tan. Remember the old dolls, the G.I. Joe doll, they have a string you pull? Okay, if you imagine hooking your finger on the string and go right from your center line out and try to keep your shoulder down, your time moving forward. So my elbow's in tight. I should feel a stretch here, especially if you're new to it. Then your Hunsao, fall in, it falls in. Water flicks off the pinky, boom, to Jetsao. Wusao, I come back, drawing it back with my what? Body and my what? elbow, not my hand. I Fung Sao, and I drive my elbow into my body, and I drive my energy out. I Hun Sao, and again, I flick the water, pinky, drop, thumb come back. Fuk, ring finger, drop, thumb come back. Middle finger, drop, thumb come back. Pass out, index finger, center line, here. Jin Jern, here. Hun Sao, toss out, lops out, come back. Tan, elbow in. Hun, jut, and wu. This should take about 28 seconds to bring it back to your body. 4-second pause, 7-second, okay? Breathe in 7-second. Breathe out 28-second. Pause, 4-second. Bring it back, 7-second. This control your breathing. Learn to control your breathing when you do that. You can do Silam Tao section 1 over and over again, okay? So really, that's section 1, okay? So section 1, I really learned how to what? Get my body position. I learned my what? Stance. I learned my elbow position for Tan, my punch, and my sup. Gan, sup, bill. It's kind of all here, see? This teaches you the 2 outer gates. High, high, low, low. But see, really, I'm not blocking because I'm not turning. Okay? So I'm not supping because I'm not attacking. Okay? But you're really learning that. Later on, when you go to apply it, your mind will automatically go back to the form to understand if your position is correct. You've got to know your own body. You can't attack the opponent effectively if you don't know your own body. So really, we try in Wing Chun to study ourselves, to know ourselves, and to know our own abilities. We know our own weaknesses. We know our own strengths. We learn how to take advantage of the opponent. So that's section 1. Okay, section 2, I'm going to turn sideways and backwards. But I want you to see this. So section 2, I lop jing. I sink down. I come back. I open up. Okay. I come down here. Okay, this is called Chandran. So that's from the sideways. Chandran, Chandran. Okay, Chandran, Chandran. Ready position. How Chandran. Come back. Gum Sao. Wan Lan Sao. Sat Sao is not Sat Sao. It's elbow leads the way. Sat. Sat Gang Sao is choking, tightening around the neck. So you really bring your shoulder out. My back's arched, my back stretches. Then my back arches again. So it's like Gang Sao. Jop Sao, Toss Sao, Jet Sao, Bioji, Moot Sao, Tai Sao, Sao Kun. Sa Sao, Sa Gang Sao, Jop Sao, Toss Sao, Jet Sao, Bioji, Moot Sao, Tai Sao, Sao Kun. You could kind of call it like paint the fence or paint the house, whatever they do that, right? But it's a defensive, offensive motion, okay? So really the body needs to learn it. So when I go to the Chandran, I really call scraping palm because it doesn't go down. It scrapes down, okay? Right at the seam of my pocket, okay? And then I come to here. Now I follow the contour of my body because I'm being held from behind. So I lift and create space and fit my hand in and strike the groin and lift up. Okay, this is how Cheng Jun. And Lop Sao comes up, then you bring it to the front of the body, following again the body, because you're tight, so you strike out. So then you run Lan Sao, Sat Sao, Sat Gang Sao, Jop Sao, Ta Sao, Jet Sao, Bioji, Moot Sao, Tai Sao, Sao Kun. Okay, that's section 2. If you break it down into sections, pretty easy to learn this system. Really is. Each form is broken down to 3 sections. The dummies broke down to 8 sections. Bacham Dos broke down to 5 sections. So really, really pretty easy to learn if you really just apply yourself, to each section. A lot of times you learn the whole thing, you really fudge it. Don't fudge Wing Chun. Wing Chun, no. It's all vanilla, okay. So what I want to do now, I go to section 3. So I'm ready position, I pak sao, corner of eye. Ojet sao, this eye. Long turn, sideways palm. Hun, la, sao kun. Now a lot of people say there's a lot of applications, but really we'll discuss that, but that's here. Snap, 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 snap. Snap, 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 okay? So this is pak or jut, wrong. Pak or jut, wrong. The body moves aggressively, okay? And then I turn, gun, lao, chuyum jern, ta huan lab. Turn, gun, lao, chuyum jern, huan lab. And the definitions of all these words are in the book, okay? And they're in the handout, right? Then I go right to bong. The elbow doesn't give. Bong, tan, yup. Basic counter for any tramping hand. Bong, tan, yup. Okay, gon is low gate protection. Then la is clear the pathway. Okay, clear the pathway. One more kun, chain of action. Okay, so I really want to understand. Section 1, slow. Section 2, smooth. Section 3, snap. Okay, so section 2, I go really smooth. Not fast, smooth. Section 2, snap. Not fast, snap. Snap. Not fast, snap. Slow, smooth, snap. Okay? Slow, smooth, snap. It's a really best way to do this, okay? So each movement has a purpose. Each purpose has many uses, okay? So I like to say Wing Chun has universal principles that apply to every art. And if you understand those principles, you can apply it to any aspect of martial art, any aspect of your job, any aspect of your relationship with other people, okay? So you really have to go pretty deep to get there. The first part, learn the physical part. Learn the sequence of motions. Learn the terminology. People learn this art often in English, or they learn a little bit of the terms, but the English translation isn't necessarily correct. So if I say tan sao, people say, what does tan sao mean? It means palm up, block. No, it doesn't. It means showing hand. That's why I should have my what? My hand in front of my what? Eyes, right? My middle finger should block my nose. That's showing hand. Bong sao is what? Bent arm, elbow up, block. No. Bong is to tie up. Tying up, tie. To impede, to slow down, okay? So it's different, okay? You got to understand the terminology, and that's in, I'm not going to stand here and explain every word, but it's in the book. You can buy that. It's cheap. It has the terms for all the forms. My 2 books has the terms for all the forms, and we went through those, Dr. Alfred and myself, and so we wanted to make sure that was part of the structure, so that people would understand what they're doing, because what I'm creating here is not for students. It's for people who want to be instructors, and it's for people who already are instructors who may need some assistance in learning these things. I wish I would have had something like this when I was coming up. I trained in Wing Chun 30 years, almost 30 years. And, some of the stuff I'm just learning now. And I thought, wow, if my instructor had taught me this and talked to me about this, maybe I would have learned this a lot sooner. So I really do this to help my own students and to help people who want to teach the art, because you really need to know this stuff. And there's much more than I know out there. But you really got to start somewhere. And so this is a good beginning and a good lifelong journey. So you're learning your whole life. I'm learning my whole life. My Sifu is still learning. and tells me that when I see him every time. So really, that's the form, and to give you an idea of the movements, we use the terminology, okay? So the terminology is help you understand. So Gansao is really slicing hand, and Gansao really cuts. This one, we do cross Gansao because we're measuring our body. We're really just learning our body. This is not a technical application. Gansao needs a turn and a movement, okay? Which you will get to in both the dummy and you'll get to in the sword form, okay? There's a lot of movement, okay? But in Silam Tao, we're trying to teach ourselves. So this gives me a measure of my own body. So my Gansao should not proceed here. My Gansao is here. I turn to protect. So Gan, okay? Zhong is the dummy, the wind dummy. So Zhong is really what? Neutral, but it's what? Doesn't give. Doesn't move forward, doesn't move back. Okay? Zhong and then Sup. Okay? Sup is meaning 10. Character 10. And the Chinese character for 10 is this. Like the Roman numeral 10, similar. Okay, so 10. Character 10, hands. Okay? Some people do the form, they come to Sup, they go to Gan, and they come back to Sup. There's a different reason they do that. It's not the internal application. That's more of a technical expression of trying to escape your hand being trapped, okay? Which really, like I said, we're not teaching the Silam Tao for technical application. We're teaching it so that you have an idea in your mind, your imagination can understand what you're being taught in the application of the art, and that's critical.